Yes, we are live.
Okay, we are live. I know it's Friday. And I will try and get you out of here early because it's Friday. I hope no one had trouble going home last night. I gather the Bolton Flats between 3 and 3:30 was like an ice skating rink.
Cabin and Danville this morning were pretty smooth and slippery.
Yeah, somebody said they came home, from St. John's Ferry this morning, and between Cabot and Danville was
It was, yeah.
an adventure in driving.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. So anyway, we are not scheduled, well, now it's been put off, Tom, that what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, 2:10.
Until 2:10, and Tom Cavet's gonna come in and,
No, we're going to room 11.
going to
Oh.
room 11.
Field trip.
Oh,
Okay, field trip, we're going down the hall.
And then a ropes.
All right, I thought we were zooming that.
And we're starting at what, 2:10 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we haven't, since the first day, had time to actually do the, hi, how are you, and what do I want to do this year? Any thoughts after a week of taking some thoroughly depressing testimony? I just thought we'd take some time, and if we have any extra time, we can do the list of reports that we do and do not. I went through and did my ideas in pencil.
Well, I was just gonna grab it. Can I go around? No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just getting my computer.
And,
it's on the web. It's that-
Well, is it on the web?
I think it is.
yes,
On the web, is it?
Probably, you probably got it in that stack.
I found I wanted more as I get closer to this year. So anyway, consider yourself lucky. Health and welfare has 13 pages, is that
Yes.
a lot? And we've been through them all. I'm not having much counsel come in here and tell you every report we get. I am unaware of getting most of these. I'm sure they come in and they get posted. But I can't recall using, especially the older one, a whole lot. So that is out there, and that will save us some time next week. We're getting more and more bills. So we're gonna have to move that along, and then we have the little thing about property taxes. I've asked joint fiscal to come in and do a presentation on income tax, what it looks like, how it's structured. I've got a couple concerns. One is what kind of an income tax rate it would take if you tried to fund education on the income tax. The back of the envelope calculation was that it would probably double the income tax rate, which would probably give us some real competitive issues. But they're gonna see if we can do that. The other one is, and I think it came to me when we were listening to the CFO of North Country Hospital talking about the difficulty of recruiting doctors
Yeah.
to Vermont.
Mhm.
And well, A, they can't find housing in the kingdom. And B, it's the financial tax burden.
Yeah.
When we were trying to be more competitive back in the early 90s, Michael Costa was the staff for the first Blue Ribbon Task Force.
Well, was it?
Kathy Hoyt was on it. It was half the guy from True North Radio was on there. It was, and Michael Costa brought in a report. There was a minority report, but their task was every time the tax foundation or somebody listed Vermont, they listed our top marginal tax rate, which was one of the highest, maybe the highest in the country. So Vermont is terrible. the fact that for most people, your tax bill was less because of the way we're structured. You only, pay that portion on that portion. But it hurt, and they came in with recommendations. And after that, we collapsed the fifth and fourth bracket and lowered that top tax rate. I have a feeling, and I want to look at, I think it is 284,000 for a couple. We start our top tax rate.
I think it's like three.
Is it
Four.
3? I thought it was 3
I think single,
something, but
single might be two.
somebody maybe it's single. Somebody told me 2, and I'm like, really? But even that for 2 professionals, if you're talking about 2 doctors in a household, I mean, you got a teacher and a superintendent, you're coming up against that. So I've asked them to see if they can find some revenue neutral way we might put that top tax bracket back. Maybe go up the 0.25%, so we equal Massachusetts. It won't generate a whole lot of money, but it might help in some of that tax burden in the people we really need to attract right now. In the middle, upper middle. And generally, most of them are the ones, I want to do some more of the thing we saw yesterday. But I know when we looked at the last tax cut and job bill and rewrote our entire income tax code, just to make it so Vermonters weren't paying more. There was some benefit at the bottom, there was benefit at the top, but a lot of the benefit was like pass through for business. So if you owned a business and could pass through and depreciate, but your income was the business income. Those were the people that benefited the most. The ones that got hurt were the 2 professionals who were paying good income tax and a big property tax if you owned a nice house in maybe Shelburne.
Right.
And they couldn't deduct that anymore.
Right.
So they're still getting hurt. And any workarounds that we looked at, work around through the business, which are the ones that, but that group is out there. So because I've been told by businesses, well, if our top executives are going to pay the highest taxes in the country, that's detriment to being or staying here.
Wow.
So
That's, anecdotal. I was just gonna ask if we can maybe at some point unpack that presentation we had yesterday.
Yes.
That was really great. And
yes,
I feel as though, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like there was a suggestion that there are some things that we should do to kind of offset.
Yeah.
What's coming from the Fed.
and I think some of them, they were said in a little different language, but we got the business ones from the joint presentation.
Right.
I am assuming that, it's a revenue thing, it'll start in the House. I'm assuming that they're going to make the changes. They rewrote the tax code to where it is now. And we seem to have done a good thing with that. It looks like there's 1 or 2 tweaks, but I think the total was 6 to 9 million we might lose, which isn't devastating, but we could.
Counts right now. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Lose it at 9 million, all that decimal dust
Yeah.
adds up. So we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna work through the bills we've got. If there's any up there from last year, that I think we've taken down the ones that we did in other bills. But they're just not on the board. I went through them and think we decided most of them we weren't doing. I think we took testimony on all of them. The new ones are on this side. So the second line over,
So
the
there,
ones that the paper has a yellow on.
so just to be
the new
clear,
ones.
there are bills that are in this committee that are not on up there. Is that what you said?
No, there are bills that we, things like the veterans pension bill
Yeah,
got dealt with in the homemaker tax exemption.
Yeah.
but that's still a bill we have. in this
That
committee.
is still a bill we have in this.
I only think of that as for, you know, down the road if you need a vehicle or something.
Oh, yeah, there's
Just
still.
a-
Well, that's why I checked with Charlotte. She's
Okay.
still got the list.
Okay,
I don't. I mean, the reason women's sanitary projects became the
Corporate tax bill.
corporate tax
Yeah,
bill
right.
is because tax is a really broad
Yeah.
term.
exactly.
And
But sometimes. you-
Well, this is the military
I
one
think
right here, Scott.
it's still there.
That's the original.
I have a
That's
couple
17,
bills
yeah.
that haven't gotten here yet.
That came in a
Yeah,
variety
I
of
have
ways
one, but
between
it's
the
not-
House and the Senate.
Yeah,
So we just went
mine
back.
haven't-
That's the House.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Oh,
have
the-
No House
Yeah,
bill?
you were on fire today.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Well,
There's
they did
one
it
bill.
yesterday, it was Wendy. It's like,
I know,
They-
certain days.
yeah, well, I think the staff says, do you want to release your bills? I thought okay.
I thought
releasing
I
mine.
know, but- Yeah.
I mean, the trespass
Right,
bill
well,
was pretty
I'm
simple.
chair.
I copied Ann and Andrew and said, because one of our town clerks, and I said, let him know if you want to sign on.
Okay. Thank you for putting the new version of child, unpaid caregivers tax
Yeah.
credit back on there. It's a new version
Yes.
that I updated based on feedback we got last year.
Is there two versions? Didn't you put in one also, Martine, which is the one, the Alzheimer's version?
Yes. But that's not a tax bill. That's went to health and welfare.
Okay.
Yeah, There is it on the wall? I think it's on the wall in there. It got referred to health and welfare, the respite grant.
The rest of the grant, yeah.
Yeah, it's in health and welfare.
Okay.
And they'll go to a probe, so.
Yeah, right. And then there's a bill that we did take testimony on last year. And it got put, and I don't remember the number of it.
All right.
It got put on hold because there was a pending court case, and I think it was related to credit card fees.
Oh, yes.
And we were waiting to see, and I think the court case might be
No,
settled this month or next month.
No.
there was
credit card.
one who was required.
Yeah, that was-
to catch. It was one.
It would have made the credit card fee on all taxes, all local taxes, state and sales taxes, tax.
Yeah, and Andy Kirchlet.
That's
Senator
right.
Kirchlet
I
mentioned it
remembered that.
to me the other day. And I said,
I don't remember seeing that up there.
I thought we still had it on
There's
our
one
wall.
up that Andy has
135.
sent over on you.
Yeah, 135.
Okay.
And he was thinking about introducing a new version of it. And I was like, I think
I
it's
think
still
it's
on our
still
wall.
here.
It's still
So,
in
why
play.
don't we have Andy, the sponsor?
There is another
Andy
one.
Come in and refresh us.
We might want to just ask before having him back in, ask the drafter if that court case has been settled in a way that would, because I think that there was a lot of ambiguity and gray area. And we didn't want to do anything until we heard back.
That's right. That was my local merchant that.
Exactly. It was your constituents who wanted
But there is another bill, because I just signed on to it.
that Andy's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Okay.
it's the same kind of
I
thing.
think it
have a
just
feeling.
shifts the cost from banks to credit card companies.
Yeah, I think that was another issue.
Shifts the burden.
Bank.
Yeah, I mean, he asked me about that and I was like, oh, we could just amend this bill.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put 135 on if you can ask the drafter if the court case has been settled and we can take it.
Yeah, it might not happen, but I think it was scheduled for January, so. I don't know. But
Being
I'm
optimistic.
not an expert, so it's in the ether
And
somewhere.
then there's the appeal time and
Right, yeah, for sure.
so, okay, but okay, that's good to know. All right. Anybody have anything else in here that's really important to you?
Are we gonna do a miscellaneous tax bill or are we gonna just respond to the one we get? from the
I-
House?
it usually comes from the Department of Taxation.
Okay,
Then it's a revenue bill, so it starts there. We then change the declarations
okay,
frequently. That, because it is so broad,
yeah,
is where we will probably have to put anything we do on property tax, if we can find anything to do.
Yeah.
We have the cat bill.
yeah.
Um,
Cause cause what's important to me is just looking at the tax landscape and making tweaks as we can, especially
Yeah.
in response to the federal. I didn't introduce anything because I assumed we would have a miscellaneous bill we could use. Or we could do a committee bill.
Yeah.
And I don't know when the deadline for.
it's the end of this month.
29th, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I like. We've heard about the income tax and the HR1 and the impact on the state. A lot of the Medicaid changes, the provider tax being the big one that Nolan is really worried about, but
Yeah.
it doesn't start until next year after the elections. But it's phased in, I think, over 3 years. That one is
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of money, plus,
Right,
is it 7 to 9 million it's gonna cost us to administer? Plus, then you're gonna have to do the double, and that's all in health and welfare. But I wanna look at the health insurance, which is ours. We have banned associations in this state. 2 years ago, no, must have been 5 years ago, Trump won. They went out with the Affordable Care Act. Everybody went to the exchange and nothing, yeah, Trump won, said they could come back. And we took a lot of testimony in here, and the small businesses were really benefiting, because if they're all together, they're getting the big pool, and rates are cheap because it's a much bigger pool. And I was dreading having to make a decision, and then the feds changed their mind and said no,
yeah,
and we got off the hook. Well, now they've said yes. And I don't know why the chamber hasn't been in here. I think the people that ran the last association have moved on. And so I've been told they're working at how they restart that up with just new people. I assume this committee would have to allow them, and then would have to regulate them. And I think everyone is waiting. Enrollment ended, I believe, yesterday. Open enrollment is waiting to see the impact on the exchange of the new higher rates. And then I still don't know what the feds are gonna offer in exchange, or if they're gonna find the gumption to extend. The House has, Senate hasn't taken it up. But if we get a significant number of people, young, healthy people mostly, because they have the best chance, opting out of buying insurance, that could have a really negative impact on our insurance pool, which is small to start with, and further jack up the rates for everybody else. So we've got a lot, and it hasn't hit like property taxes in the middle of the table, because I think everyone's waiting to be able to calculate as of yesterday what happened. But I have a feeling in the next couple of weeks, we'll start to get numbers about who's in, who's out. I do intend to take a look at whatever the suggestions are that came to us for the teachers' healthcare. I know that I think the only thing that the commission finally agreed on was that salary benefits should be negotiated together, but there was not agreement as to which level. Teachers have much better health care than they did. I would say they sound like they may have platinum plans. Generally, they've been younger and healthier, but it is big expense for schools. I'm also, we've got numbers. We'll take, we are gonna take some testimony. The McSomething Foundation campaign for, campaign is coming in to talk about, Campaign for Vermont is talking about their numbers for your shared services. And if we can find anybody else, Rebecca Holcomb's supposed to be sending me names from red states to have come in and talk, but I haven't seen them.
Charlotte, you haven't got anybody for you haven't gotten anyone to testify for the, other than the Campaign for Vermont for the shared services?
No, that's what I reached out to. Is there someone else I should reach out to?
Well, we're supposed to get it. I just was
Yeah,
wondering
I
if
mean,
you
if we
heard
could-
anything, but it sounds like no.
We could, yes, I
You
told
want
her
it
to
to
give
Vermont?
the contact to Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great to hear from Sherry Sousa down in
Yeah.
Woodstock, the Woodstock area, because they've had a very successful model.
Okay,
I mean, we've
Let's-
already heard it, but
let's see if we can get that into Charlotte. We'll get them in. We will look at that, is there something we can do to tweak that to get a little more balance? We are hearing from the kids.
That's next month.
That's the 20th of next
Next
month, not this month.
Yeah.
Oh,
which gets.
this is Rebecca Chopin's.
Oh, right, okay.
And I know they had us out to the community college, but she wants to talk about, I'm not sure if it's dual enrollment or early college. I think, and that was the one we were told, don't touch, because
Depends who you ask.
okay,
It goes both ways.
Yes. So we will see where that goes. I think that's it, other than all the bills we.
Well, I had this, so I think I mentioned to you that I was looking for a miscellaneous tax bill or something small to attach it to, and it relates to reverse mortgages.
Oh, that's right. Do you have a bill in on that?
I don't have a bill. I'm not gonna do a bill. I thought it best to do, rather than create,
Yeah.
the fire of a bill, was to put it on miscellaneous tax bill, because that's what it basically is.
That's okay. I mean, if, I'm sure we can find a bill up there that has the word tax in it.
Yeah.
If
And,
they don't send us one,
Oh, I got two coming,
Mhm.
so we will.
you go to bills with tax in it,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think I can only remember 1 year that if nothing else, we have to attach to the federal code.
Mhm.
There's a couple things in there. I gotta contact Jill Remick. Apparently, when we rewrote the tax sale statute and said you can't evict someone because they owe $200 in taxes. We set a limit, something like 1,600 or, yeah. Apparently, there is an old development in Warren that sold very
Oh, somebody emailed me about this.
like campsites.
Alan Bierke mentioned that
Yeah.
last year.
And the taxes are $100 to $200 a year, and people have never, it's just something somebody bought 50 years ago, and it's sitting there, nothing's done. They die, the taxes don't get paid, it's in an estate, and the town, and I'm not sure if I'm hearing from the town clerk, but what they've been doing is just, once the taxes fall in arrears, they've been going to tax sale and being able to get these things off the books. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't somebody who's buying them up as they. But somebody's paid the taxes on them for years, but the total, it would take 20 years for the total amount of taxes to reach the level where they could go to a tax sale, and they are fun. And I'm hoping, I sent the emails over to Jill last fall, and I just need to see if they've found a solution. If they haven't, then we may to find it, maybe one or two others, but there's anomalies out there. You catch strange things sometimes.
I think that often the director of property
Yeah.
of Jill's position has she has some waiver authority on things and
Well, that's what I was hoping
She
she'd
might-
tell me.
she might, I don't remember in that bill what we did.
I don't either.
But in general, she has the authority to do things like that.
Were you talking about H 454? That one?
I think it was, no, it came from Emily. Ways and Means did the work on that, not the
It came to GovOps, it started in the House, but yes, and then it was in GovOps.
Was this the minimum amount of past due tax
Yeah.
debt before the municipality could move forward with the non-judicial tax sale method?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Alan Bierke was in this
Yes, he
committee
was.
presenting last year
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Cause he thinks it should be fixed. It's dealt with. It was section 54 of that bill.
Oh, that bill, H 454 is Act 73 for me. He was testifying
Right.
on the,
Districts,
yeah,
the reappraisal districts.
yeah,
This one, it just, apparently, there's all different numbers when you can go to tax sale and when you can't go to tax sale. And the concern was if you were somebody the town didn't overly like, you might. I mean, I have heard stories in the olden days.
yeah, so this bill made it more equitable. He might have been referring to something that's in
He
the
was.
law, but he was doing it in the context of the H 454 property assessment.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember him talking about that
Yeah,
Waterbury.
no, this is Warren.
Oh, Warren.
Warren,
I'm sorry, I always lump those two together.
yeah,
I
so
should, but I do.
good thing you don't represent this district.
Sorry.
They are in the
When
same
you
school
speak
district. And their cultural differences seem to have mellowed out
Okay.
when they were first merged. Before I did anything in government, but I was selling in stores in the valley. I can't come to Queens.
All right, well, my apologies.
How much are you spend on your thing is one of the big complaints. Okay. So nothing up on that board is anybody's bill that is really important. We need,
Just because I'm constituent, so the PANS bill that about a medical condition that we don't really cover, but 16 other states have covered it. I don't know enough about it, but if there is time, if there's an advocate that would love to just.
yeah, I think why don't, we can get, I mean, the bottom line is, what's it gonna cost?
Yeah, and that I don't know, so that's why we have
I mean,
time.
that's why things and I would like, and this is not the committee, to know why
250.
our exchange planes are twice as expensive here as they are in Maine with a similar demographic.
What I've heard from Jennifer Carvey is this might be a very modest, it might not, I don't quite understand how Medicaid coverage might work, but she said it might be very light lift, 16 other states have done it. But I don't understand healthcare.
Well, you're not
Well,
alone.
insurance.
You're not alone.
And
We require the same premium regardless of age. I think that's where you.
Is that, do they allow they don't do community rating in
I don't
Maine?
think so. I think that's.
That may
That's
be the
one
difference.
difference that they're, we know of some of the other
Well,
problems.
we've also, yes, we have other problems of pricing.
So I have a bill that's not here yet, it will be probably next week. Manufacturer's tax credit, which, the people that have it. I know there's the one business in my district that does have it, they can't use it because it was tied to the Vermont corporate income tax. So. Trying to figure out.
And do they not have sales in Vermont? Is that
No,
why?
you know, it says-
Oh, I think that,
Uh,
I think I know who that might be.
Yeah, it's Wyman.
Yeah,
I don't know the others, but that's what I had.
okay.
We did a project 10 years ago, we got the credit. They can't use the credit.
Can they sell? Is that a credit?
Well,
Some
I-
credits you can sell.
I set the bill up to make it, refundable on a annual basis up to a certain amount. It could be good for sale, that is one way you can.
Okay. I don't know, because I know we do things, and this may come out of that. With the veggie credits, because they were international and they were trying to keep the plant here and save employees, and they had to add employees in order to get a credit,
Yeah,
and
they
they
did everything like they did.
and it was like if they couldn't get some local support to debt, because this was an international competition
Yeah.
and all over the world. And we did, it ended up going through an approach. We tried to get it on miscellaneous tax.
I think Jane was pretty
And
involved.
Jane was very
Yeah, I
involved,
think she was involved.
but it was trying to keep those jobs, which were good jobs and a lot of jobs in the kingdom. It's that in my cardboard box plant up in Richford.
Yeah, well, that's what Whiteman does, effectively makes cardboard, cellulose, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's from
Is this the one, was it Enosburg?
no, it's up, they make we put them in the energy tax. Remember our experimental thing we did with the energy charge?
Yeah, that was the one in Enosburg.
Is it in Enosburg? I
Yeah,
thought it was in
yeah.
Richford.
No, not Enosburg, actually, it's in Sheldon.
That may
It is,
be it.
in Sheldon.
I know they're aiming at the Canadian market.
Well, they had, if it was a company, they have like 5 or 6 plants around the country.
Yeah.
And Vermont is the only one that
Yeah.
had this tax issue.
Well, it was the surcharge, it was the energy efficiency
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And we allowed 7 or 8 companies
Mhm.
that came in with projects to keep their charge. And the other one was they couldn't use electricity. They had gas drive blowers
Right,
but they could do more efficient, and
correct.
we did. I remember there was a lot of tension with my co-chair.
Mhm.
And then COVID hit and everything kind of got
Yeah.
put down, and we
Yeah,
gave
And so there
them
was a delay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was an extension.
Mhm.
And we probably should find out how that went.
And I gather it was successful.
It looked,
Yeah, they hit the
what
targets
they
and so on.
had after COVID had been successful.
And one of the problems was they had a very active person who was the liaison with legislators who kept everybody involved. They got rid of him and they have a local,
Uh,
one of the local crowd that comes to everything, and the flow of information was close to stopped.
On the bright hand, I understand that the pellet plant at Rygate is doing well.
Yeah.
Yes, basically, all there, they've hit. I went down and toured it, this summer, I went down and spent a couple hours there touring it. If you ever need to sweat off a couple pounds, it's a great tour, it's really fun. But anyhow, yeah, they went through the whole thing with them, they showed me where they were doing their upgrading, and it sounds like it's all come together and they're getting the results they expected, so.
That has been a long,
I mean,
slow, painful.
Maybe we'll never see them again, I don't know.
No, they have to come back because they've got deadlines. They
So
have to come back.
they've Sounds like they've got it figured
It'd
out.
be great if we never saw them again,
Yeah.
unless we went to that.
Under those circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
We are not farming.
I even said to them, I really don't want to see you again.
You're gonna do shrimp farming in Brygate.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's do a field trip.
Yeah, it's a very hot
Once
building.
the roads improve, that is a somewhat chilly. And well, it's a pain trip in Vermont. Okay, we've got about 3 minutes, so we should go up live here. Move to room 11. I think they're looking for us.
Set.
And then we will come back here. And you real